Well, off the back of a very much unwanted international break, we are back. EPL Game Week for EPL SuperCoach. I'm your host, SC Whisperer, currently ranked 39th in the world. That's nice to say. Joined by SC Deadly, who isn't too far behind me, mate. 183. It's a good week to be a Talking Tactics host.
Oh, it's a good week to be a Talking Tactics listener. I mean, how could you not tune to this podcast when we're absolutely soaring, mate? We're leaving everyone else in the dust.
Yeah, mate. And as we know, very short season, so these ranks are going to be permanent and definitely not going to backfire on us in 36 weeks. Mate, yeah, once again, hello to everyone. We're here for Game Week 4 off the back of, an international break that took us 2 weeks to get over, but we're definitely here and keen. Recaps from last week, mate. 154 for myself, which was good enough for 63rd in the world. You went one better. 9th rank. Wowee.
Yeah. It actually could have been better too. I took the safe little Kukurea 13 VC. If I stuck strong with Bruno, it could have been cheeky extra 5 points, which would have got me up to about 6 or something, which would have been a little bit handy. But what can you do?
Yeah, no, me too. Obviously, Chelsea played first game of the week. You and I were both awake. We both had the VC on Kukurea. And 12 we don't take, 14 we slam dunk take, and it's like 13's right on the cusp there. So took it. Obviously it was looking great until Bruno got the last minute penalty, which pushed him up towards 18. So missed out on 5 points there myself, but some other brilliant scores. Once again, death taxes in my defense coming in clutch. Adrian Truffett, 15 points. Allergic to youth, 20 points. I ran a 3-back setup and scored 48 points, which is absolutely unreal. You and Bobby Sanchez as well, 11 points for him. I left 11 on the bench from Joe Rodon, which isn't ideal. But not too bad. Jared Bowen, 19. Bruno, 18. Chelsea's finest. And Everton hero, Keenan Drisbury Hall, 21 pointer from him. What a stud.
What a man.
TK 1 pointer, not great. I bought Ollie Watkins, not great with a 4, but our boy Igor Thiago with a 14. We were humming, mate. Who, apart from the ones that I owned, who did you have that got you 9 points better?
I think probably the big one is having both Grealish and Dewsbury Hall. Both of them getting 21's probably the big one. Obviously, not really too much different between me and you. Like, realistically, I had Pedro Porro scored me a 7. I think you had Watkins, I had Kudus. Like, those sort of chopped and changed and sort of just evened each other out. I mean, one thing that I will say, and 100% will backfire me at some point, I'm yet to get a start sit wrong, which is actually impressive. But that's now that I've said that and put it out into the world, Quintus Lee Hartman's keeping a clean sheet and scoring 14 on my bench.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, my only issue was starting Tajini Reinders over Joe Rodon, but like, I was never not doing that. So that's a 6-point swing. But mate, overall, fantastic week for both of us. I think we're touchwood two of the top creators in terms of ranks. It's very, very early on, but it's nice to get there, mate. Let's get into the little game week review. Review.
We'll have a look. Of course, we'll have a look.
Yes, as always, going to go through the key scorers, the stat highlights, some injury and rotation risks that we noticed, people that stood out on the eye test, and people that we are watching in the watch list. Mate, first game of the week, Chelsea 2, Fulham 0. Chelsea 2.35 to Fulham's 1.02. A Josh King goal ruled out. We have been bailed out once again with Robert Sanchez in goal. That's twice now this season. VAR have very much helped us. Mate, I in FPL, no one cares, but I hit a free hit last week, put Enzo Fernandez in, was really happy to see him get a goal and assist and take the penalty with no Cole Palmer in the team. And obviously, João Pedro was on the field. So definitely interesting to note. Trevor Chalobah, 16 and a clean sheet. And our boy, my boy specifically, Tosin with a 14. Delap, mate, off with a hammy complaint. And Chelsea's forward lines are in battered. Mark Gea record from loan. I think they were trying to stop the Nicholas Jackson to Bayern Munich loan move as well. So it was all happening. I think some reports are getting around that it's 10 game weeks for Liam Delap. Yeah. So João Pedro, he becomes very, very enticing.
Yeah, 100%. Delap is look, that was my only really whole thing with João Pedro. I know he was very popular, especially in FPL. He was a bit cheaper. And look, I wasn't against starting João Pedro, to be honest. It was more the rotation risk with him and Delap. They're always just going to kill each other off. Now that Delap's out the picture, mate, it's getting hard to overlook João Pedro, especially how decent he's looking the past couple game weeks.
Yeah, no, he is looking absolutely unreal. He scores yet again, looking sharp, involved in the big moments. Yeah, they're sort of funneling everything towards him. And that injury to the lap obviously secures his injury. As we mentioned before, Enzo scored from the penalty spot without Palmer, and he had 1.03 XGI, which in both games straight. Josh King was the most likely for Fulham. He looked very, very good, scored a goal, but it was ruled out. And Cucurella sort of tucked back in, sort of more in a backline rather than bombing on. But yeah, not too worried. We've seen enough from Cucurella over the last 3 years to suggest that's a tactical thing, not a long-term thing.
Yeah, 100%. This was more of they sort of just sent Gusto up to basically play right wing, just alongside Estavio, try and work that right side a bit more. Yeah, I can't see that the Cucurella will be anything other than a shadow striker coming up this week.
Yeah, worth noting as well, like no Anthony Robinson for Fulham. So, the left back spot is their weakness, and Anthony Robinson does a great job of being able to pin the opposition left back. So the opposition right back sort of back a little bit because he plays so high up. So when they're without him, it does leave them vulnerable. So yeah, I'm not too fussed at all. Fulham look crap. What do we do with their assets? I'm really thinking like what assets. There's none that I would be considering like holding long term. So they all look pretty rubbish. And as we touched on, João Pedro, Enzo Fernandez, and Malo Gusto potentially on the watch list. Let's see what happens with Chelsea's European schedule, because obviously we know Reece James can't stay fit. United 3, Burnley 2, off the back of getting pumped by Grimsby Town. This was looking very, very worrisome. United did create a lot of XG though, 3.63 to 1.2 for Burnley. So scoreline probably flattered Burnley a little bit. Bruno Fernandes with an 18-pointer, 1 goal and a penalty from the spot. Brian Mbeumo with a 16 and a 1 goal, and Diego Dalot with a 13 and 1 assist. Matthias Cunha came off after 31 minutes. As much as my free hit in FPL
Speaking of your FPL.
Yeah, I was going to say, as much as it worked great for Enzo Fernandez, did free hit in Matthias Cunha. Not great. So, yeah, he's off looking like he's going to miss the City matchup this week. Mason Mount also came off at half-time. Dorgu was an unused sub, so oof, yuck. For the eye test, Bruno got his penalty right at the end, which was great. Fernandez, Brian Mbeumo, got his first goal at Old Trafford. Ahmad was still very much unreal. We were very much keen on him in the preseason, still very much are. Dubravka saved this one from being 5+ goals. You've written here, and I very much agree from my limited memory watching this game.
This actually, like this game week feels like it was about 3 months ago. I don't know whether it's we've been too stuck into 2K or what, but it was, oh my God, this I barely remember these games writing up these notes.
And this is you've written here, like United were, a 1 goal keep away from 5+ goals. And I feel like we're going to be saying this for the next 6-7 weeks. Like United look very good going forward. Like their XG numbers look great. Bruno looks great. And Bomo looks great in terms of the XG, right? Obviously the finished product's not there. I do want to see how Benjamin Sesko beds in. Now he's had the international break to bed into this team. I want to see how their attack sort of gels moving forward. I know that United have a pretty tough run. I think they have City, Chelsea in the next 2. So having Bruno is not ideal, but I think if Sesko's in, he's semi-firing, then their attack's going to look a whole lot better. What to do with Dorgu? He hasn't made any money yet, and after being an unused sub, is he out of the 11? We saw Amorim experiment with Dalot a little bit at left wing back, and we just didn't think too much of it in the preseason. Maybe we do have to take it. The positive with Dorgu is obviously didn't get on the pitch, so break even's not going to change. Still on the bubble. Are you trading him out ahead of City and Liverpool? City and Chelsea?
Oh, it's such an interesting situation because you look at the defensive players that are somewhat around his price bracket, and it's just who is there really? It's a bit gross. I mean, if you can find the money somewhere and move up to, dare I say, Adrian Truffett, someone like that, I don't know, but it's just a gross price point at this stage of the season. So we'll see how we go. I'm not currently, I don't really have any trade plans. It all sort of just depends on opening couple games teams. I would like to think after coming 9th in the round, I shouldn't have to make a trade, but you never know with this game how much it chops and changes.
Yeah. sort of looking at like a Yuri and Timber. I know Arsenal go on an absolutely unreal run from like game week 7. So if you could get up to a Yuri and Timber, I know that obviously he hauled 2 weeks ago, so you're paying a premium, but he's probably the best asset in terms of like dollars per point for that Arsenal backline. Obviously, we'd love to get Gabriel, but it's nearly 10 million, so it's going to be tough to get to him. But yeah, Dorgu, there is some panic stations on my end. Sunderland 2-1 Brentford. This was a game between two teams. 1.54 to 1.2 XG. Enzo Lefebvre with a 19-pointer. Igor Thiago, our Lord and Savior. Weird this one. We'll talk about that. And Ralph's with a 13 and a pen save. That pen save becomes very important. Nothing of note except Sharda taking pens over Thiago, which he missed. This is weird, right? Because we saw Thiago, I believe it was week 1. No, sorry.
Swap.
Hang on. Have Brentford had 3 pens in 3 weeks? I think Thiago didn't take it in 1. He may have taken it in 2 and then didn't take in 3. I think they missed the one in game week 1 and missed the one in game week 3.
I'm trying to think who would have taken it.
I
think they've only had the 2.
I thought there was okay. I might be talking rubbish, but anyway, yeah. Kevin Sharda did miss the pen with Igor Thiago on the pitch. Despite Igor Thiago took the pen last week, the week before. I don't know what to make. Yeah, and took it and scored. I don't really know what to make of this. But like for me, Igor Thiago is still first choice pen taker. But that's just my thinking.
I think he probably has to be. Yeah, it's only been Thiago and Shader. I think it's got to be Thiago from now on. Like he did nothing with that penalty. If we're honest, the little P roller straight to Roos's hands.
Yeah, it wasn't even like a top bin save. Like it was a dreadful penalty. Like just hit with no force.
I don't know. I would like to think that. Thank God Thiago scored normally, but I would like to think that he's back on pens.
Oh mate, could you imagine generational love if he got a brace? We would have been over the moon. Enzo Lefebvre looks very good. Thiago scored a non-penalty goal and looks impressive as we sort of touched on. Michaeli really impressive on debut with 7 DEFCON. Dengo Atara not on the goals or the assists, but still showing signs. Yeah, Dengo Atara is a perennial. Oh my god, look at his XG. If only he could finish. Real Semenyo vibes about him in terms of loves to be in it, but not on the score sheet. So hopefully he improves there. And Enzo Lefebvre, looked good in his first 90-minute game with a -6 break even. Is he an option this week? We sort of touched on him in the preseason, and we were surprised to see him not start in week 1. 5.1 million and a -6 break even with a fixture run of Palace this week into Villa, into Forest, under Ange Ball, under United, into Wolves, into Chelsea.
People would think that Villa, Forest, and United's tough matchups, but this season that's the dream run.
Yeah. This is Palace, who look, they're okay defensively. Villa are like so. Forest under Ange could be anything. United just shipped 3 goals to Burnley and Grimsby Town, and Wolves are not very good at football. So it's not a bad little 5-week run for Sunderland assets and Enzo Lefebvre in particular. So if you held on to Daniel Ballard, then well done.
Flying.
Yeah. Tottenham 0, Bournemouth 1. Insert the clip, editor. Think I said, imagine if we get a Tottenham, imagine if we get a Bournemouth 1-0 win and a clean sheet, and you were like, nah.
We watched this game while it was at the same time as the Man United game where we were both playing 2K, and the amount of times I copped Tottenham won't score. The Adrian Truffett clean sheet. Of course, it's going to happen. Just jokingly. Tottenham looked the worst they've looked in about 3 years, pretty much, even after last season. And Adrian Truffett clipped his clean sheet and scored 15. So thanks, Tottenham. I bought 2 of your assets this week just for you to look like shit again. I love my life.
I'm an oracle. I was very happy with the Truffett clean sheet. Senesi, 22 points, 1 assist, and a clean sheet. Our boy Truffett, as we said, 15 pointer.
Actually, I've got quick beef with this.
With Senesi,
no, sort of. Senesi getting given an assist and Evan Nielsen getting a goal when this shot was clearly going wide and Romero basically scored it himself. I have absolutely no clue how they've been credited with this, but play on. Fio and Senesi, you're doing better than me in this world, I guess.
Yeah. Shout out to Senesi, the only standing member of this Bournemouth defense. Evan Nielsen with a goal, as you said. Not in the notes here. Oh, actually, no, it is in the notes. I doubted you, so we'll cover that in a second. Brennan Johnson and Polina off at the 54-minute mark for Lucas Bergvall and Wilson Odeberg. Adam Smith injured for Bournemouth and off for 26 minutes. Not a huge match to talk about there. From the eye test, Anton Semenyo, impressive once again. Senesi, great. Truffert is the truth you've put here. I like to read that. Richarlison was quite poor. Kudos with plenty of touches, but couldn't really get going. Yeah, that's what we expect from Mohamed Kudos at times. Papa Sarr in trouble with Xavi Simons. Let's talk about him.
Yes, please.
The Dutch wizard has come over from the Bundesliga on deadline day. 7 million he's come in at, and
no, 6 million.
Oh, sorry, 6 million. 7 million FPL. 6 million. He's going to be a must-have in 2 weeks' time. For anyone that isn't aware, he had 24 goal and assists last year in the Bundesliga. And look, I understand Bundesliga form sometimes is tough to take into account. Like Haaland came in and smashed it. Wirtz
is building. Like there's
I'm trying to think of some flops. Timo Werner.
Timo Werner, Kai Havertz.
Kai Havertz is fine. Timo Werner's putting up 1 million goals a year in the Bundesliga and does nothing in the Prem. But Xavi Simons is a star, right? He's an absolute stud. He plays 10. He can play off the right. He can play off the left. But most importantly, will be playing in the 10 role, basically taking over from where Eberechi Eze was going to play, and comes in at 6 million, and that's just ridiculous, right? There's a world in 2 weeks' time we can maybe jump off to Genie Reinders, and bank yourself 1.5, come off a primo, or like Keenan Dewsbury Hall might be right for the honestly, you could do what's his break even this week? His break even is -7. In 2 weeks' time, when the 21 rolls out, you could sell Keenan Dewsbury Hall for like 7.5 and pick up Simmons for 6 and make 1.5 million.
There is a very good chance I do exactly that, but
that's crazy.
There's a very good chance he scores 21 against Villa this week as well. So who knows? But I can damn near guarantee you that one of Grealish and KDH in 2 weeks' time will make their way to Xavi Simons on the bubble. I'm if I didn't have I wouldn't say stacked midfield, it still has those 2 boys in it, but guys that I just can't sell in my midfield, I would damn near interested going Xavi Simons early and getting him this week, but I just can't do it. But
he will be on.
That price is just too good.
Oh, he'll be on set pieces too. He's a wizard from
100%
the dead spot. So he'll be on pens, which probably spells bad things for Pedro Porro, your boy, unfortunately. But
it's all right. I trust Porro enough, but we're still talking about Spurs. Obviously, Bournemouth. Bournemouth
are a very good team.
Bournemouth are a
very good team.
It sort of leads into our thoughts. I'm not worrying about Tottenham assets. No. Bournemouth obviously Tottenham look shit house, but Bournemouth are good.
Yeah.
So and they come into West Ham, who we'll talk about them soon, but up the irons. Brighton, who obviously beat City, but can these guys keep it up? We don't know. Wolves look horrible. Leeds are just Villa look horrible. Everton, who knows what's going to happen, and that's the next 6 games for Xavi Simons, who's a quite literally world-class 10. So we'll see how we go, but I'll tell you what, it's going to be hard to pass up in 2 weeks.
Yeah, no, 2 things. Andre Iraola, absolutely unreal manager. So Bournemouth, this is not out of it. This wasn't a surprise. If I said to you, Bournemouth win 1-0, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I can see it. And Xavi Simons is him. So definitely keep a watch out for the next 2 weeks. Wolves 2, Everton 3. Why are you conceding 2 goals to Wolves?
What do you mean?
1.1 XG to 1.93 to Everton. Grealish, 21 points, 2 assists. Keenan Dewsbury Hall, 21 points, 1 goal, 1 assist. And Beto, oh goodness, he's on the score sheet with a goal. Wolves suck. Jean Arias off at the 64th minute mark. He's a definite sell if we own. We got that one wrong. Put our hands up there. I thought he would do more than what he has done. Grealish is that guy. The whole Everton attack runs through him. Kennedy Dewsbury Hall, awesome goal and was very involved. I, in brackets, deadly, cannot trust his Wolves to stay up. Yeah, no, sorry. Let me change that to we, because I don't trust Wolves to stay up.
I don't think Wolves stay up. I think that they're in big trouble. They're doing nothing. And obviously, we're conceding 2 goals to them. So what does that say about Everton? But 2 goals at the Molineux, I'll take that.
Here's the thing. If you don't own Jack Grealish, do you buy him? -21 break even, 6.49 million.
Look at the thoughts, please. Thank you.
Oh, thoughts. I don't believe in must-haves, but Grealish is the closest thing to it. If you don't have him, I would recommend him over anyone else. Okay, well, interesting, because obviously FPL and EPL SuperCoach different. SuperCoach has much more volatile prices. Does play Aston Villa this week, but then goes into Liverpool and Anfield, the best team in London, West Ham, and then Palace, right? He plays
Not-
Palace against City in round 8, won't play.
Yeah,
Worth
no,
noting.
he can't.
But
Yeah,
on loan from Man City, can't play against your parent club,
Yep.
unless Everton make the deal permanent, which they can't. He can't be playing. So basically, between rounds 6 and 9, he'll play Palace, not play a game, Tottenham.
This is where my Javi Simmons comes into play.
Yep.
Because I'm looking at it now. If he scores let's just say he does barely anything against Villa, scores a 9, he still goes up damn near 3 mil.
Yep.
Comes into Liverpool with a -4 break even. I'll just if I can sit him, I'll sit him. Otherwise, I will play him because we do all right against Liverpool. Normally, we like the derby games, and then potentially if he's still got some money to make, I'll keep him for West Ham. But then he can go straight to Javi Simmons straight from there. I don't have to get involved with Palace, City, Tottenham. And I don't plan on owning either of Grealish and Dewsbury Hall for that 3-game run. That's a 3-game run that really scares me.
Okay, so you say that Grealish is a must-have. If you have KDH, can you fade Grealish?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be selling KDH for Grealish. That's crazy.
No way.
Not with the fixtures and knowing that we have to sell them.
Yes, but it comes to a point now where if you faded Calafiori, if you faded Timber, you faded Grealish, you're going to have to find some money very soon.
Yeah.
You have to take a punt.
Like some of these,
obviously, if your team's sort of flying, but there's going to be guys. I feel like in every team, like almost everyone has a Dorgu who's just sort of stinking it up now. Like there's a couple other guys like a Kudus or an Ekatike that I have that are sort of just completely stalled on money now. So it's a bit of a
my rank helps, but I don't have any stinkers. Like the worst guy on my team is probably Ollie Watkins, and I bought him last week. So crazy.
In my actual starting lineup, my worst player is right now Ekatike, and that's just because I'm worried about Isak.
Yeah. So obviously, between last time we recorded and now, Alexander Isak has signed for a British record.
Finally,
30 million. In saying that, Isak played fuck all for Sweden. And in an interview for Liverpool, basically said he hasn't had a preseason. So I would say Ekatike is good for another 3 or 4 weeks. I'm not too fussed over him for now. In saying that, I could do Ekatike to Haaland in 6 if I can get enough money moving in that direction. So
I'm looking at that too. This is like I'm pre-planning trades before I even know what I'm going to do this week, to be honest. So I'm in a scenario.
Catch those fixture swings. Holy shit! Leeds 0, Newcastle 0.
We can skip this game. Honestly, I'm honestly happy to. This game was the biggest piece of dog shit.
Like 0.69 to 0.46 xg. War a game. Luke's Perry 12 points. Fabian Schär 12 points. Bogle's 12 points. All clean sheets. Goodmanson off injured, but she'll be fine. This was a game. I really don't have anything to say.
Visser and Voldemarte.
Oh, yes. Voldemarte signing for £80 million. What happened to the game that I love? And Johan Visser
he's good. But pretty much the only thoughts I have on this game is Anton Stach is still decent at football.
Yep. Joe Rodon,
Tonali was good.
And Martini.
And the new strikers at Newcastle are definitely going to help them. And I'm literally just in a wait and see for Newcastle, to be honest. I have no interest in any Leeds player at this stage.
Johan Visser's 9.5. It will be on pens. Look, has Wolves. Wolves is great. I'm not sure how many minutes he'll get. Then plays Bournemouth at Vitality, which is not great. Then plays Arsenal, which is not great. After that, it's Forest, Brighton, Fulham, West Ham, Brentford, City, Everton, Tottenham, Burnley, Sunderland.
Yeah, through 16. Yeah, that's decent. Like that's what I mean. I'm happy to just sit here and wait.
This is like 7. Wow.
If I'm happy to sit here and wait and just see how them two boys could play together. And if they look decent, Newcastle look like they're all right, I'll be interested from there. But right this second, I have absolutely zero care for either of these teams until I get something shown to me.
I own Joe Rodon, and he's fine. He's got 2 clean sheets in 3 weeks, but like he's not a guy I'm loving playing every week. I might play him this week against Fulham, but like I'm not interested in any of these assets. And nor should you be. On the watch list, start Visser and Voldemarte. Yeah, mostly Visser and Voldemarte guys I'm looking at. All right, Brighton. Let's get back into some football. Brighton 2-1 Man City. Brighton 2.3 xG to 1.82. Granda 14 points. Erling Haaland 14 points. Harry Matoma 13 points. Brighton made 4 changes at the 60-minute mark. That is just classic Hurstler ball. Just throwing some shit at the wall.
Yep.
Man City have been killed by injuries, including Rain Cherki, Rain Nori, Kusanov, Hosko Gvardiol, Rico Lewis, John Stones, Phil Foden, Savinho, and Omar Mamouche, all unavailable for Man City. Yeah, they got killed over the international break.
Yeah, they got like four international break injuries. Just brutal. But I've seen some projected 11s, and it's still a team that will probably win the Prem just normally.
It would win any other top 5 league.
Literally. Like, it's just... anyway, the team's ridiculous.
Yeah, obviously with like Mamouche out and Rain Cherki out, like minutes for... And Foden out as well. Minutes for Haaland, obviously great. Minutes for Tajini Reinders will be great as well. So those guys will be fine. For the eye test, Brighton were awesome, especially Matoma. Haaland looked on for a huge game. Rodri is just eating up points, so he's a guy on the bubble we probably need to talk about. Maxime de Kuyper had a big bounce back game. Yes, our boy. And James Milner took the pen with Denny Welbeck off. James Milner, the big 25.
Hey, he's ultimate 7 out of 10 player. That's what you need.
Right. He is the Pele of Gareth Barry's.
Yeah, literally.
It's just a guy. Killing it. Yeah, Haaland's mate. He's so scary. I know he plays United and they suck. No one's had more big chances and shots in the box than Erling Haaland. Their fixture run from Gameweek 6 is just absolutely incredible. So a guy that I'm going to be wanting to have. I was hoping to fade him. I don't think he's burnt me too much. Would he go 22?
He hasn't been like... I think both owners and non-owners are content with what Haaland's done so far, to be honest. Like, he's made 200k. He's just been okay. The blank against Tottenham was just ginormous for us, to be honest, as faders. But
averaging 13, he was priced at like a 12, and he's had 3 goals. So I'll take that. And if you're an owner, you're happy as well. But I definitely will be needing to have him in the near future. Break even at 20 this week, so I really hope he blanks, and then his break evens next week is pretty big. And then we can look at picking him up as well. I should just be reading your thoughts more than I talk shit, because you say it's really hard.
You weren't even reading my thoughts.
No,
you weren't even reading my thoughts. Oh,
no.
sweet.
I read your eye test, and then I sort of just going off on my thoughts before coming back to yours. But Deadly says it's hard. It's really getting really hard to death ride Haaland. Game week 6 or 7 looks an ideal time to pick up pending a huge game before then. Well, I probably should have read that. We could have saved 5 minutes of ramble.
Yep.
On the watch list, Haaland, Matoma, and Rodri. Yeah, Brighton are weird. Obviously, Matt O'Reilly got sold. And Jorginho Ruta is like now maybe getting a minutes increase. Danny Welbeck is just there.
They're both just mid, to be honest.
Yeah.
Ruta and look, Matoma just we know what he's capable of. He's had some incredible Premier League seasons, and
he'd be so good. But it's just Hurst doesn't want to play him.
Yeah, he had one of his games against City where he just on.
It's just where he turns it on. Actual game of the round: Forest 0, Irons 3. Up the boys. We're not getting relegated. We're so back. 0.73 to 2.42 XG. So we definitely deserve this. And Lucas Paquetá, 22 points, 1 goal. El Hadji Diouf, 1 assist, 1 clean sheet. And Jared Bowen. Mate, there was a lot of chat in the WhatsApp about selling Jared Bowen. We will do not sell. We'll hold the faith. And rewards with a 19-pointer. Mate, could have had 2 goals. Could have had a 30-pointer.
Shout out Callum Wilson for killing my first overall for the week with that. What are you doing?
Bowen had a shot as well and just missed a sitter from right in front. Honestly, Bowen could have had like 3 goals. And like
the one where he skinned the whole team and then gave himself a little extra touch to widen his angle. And then Callum Wilson just comes in and just pokes it right at Sells.
Oh, mate, yeah. Classic Callum Wilson. Injury risk. Ndoye off at the 58th minute mark for James McAtee. That's interesting because we spoke in the preseason about James McAtee, and if he gets a consistent run of game time, could be interesting. What happens now? They've bought Douglas Luiz. They've got Elliot Anderson. They've got James McAtee. They've got Ibrahim Sagate. Obviously, they've got Big Ange coming in now. So it's like, what's happening with Forest?
Seems like he sees McAtee more. Like he said when he bought him, well, obviously this is Nuno, so Lord knows what Ange sees, but Nuno said he sees him more as a 10 than an 8, which his natural position was always an 8 for City.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see what Ange does with him. Like, he can't Forrester just I don't know what to do with them right now. Now they've got Ange, who, let's be honest, was pretty ordinary.
Oh, wheels up to the attackers, wheels down to the defenders.
Yeah, and Forest known for their defense. So
Yeah,
we'll wait and
If
see.
you have Sells or Milinkovic or like Murillo,
But they're, as you're seeing the thoughts, we'll jump to the thoughts straight away. Actually,
oh yes.
Just so we don't avoid it.
Oh, hang on. I just wanted to highlight Nicholas Fulker off at the 64th minute mark, not because he's injured, just because he's not very good. So
yeah, and you're seeing my eye test. Callum Wilson coming on, adding that extra bit of pace.
At 35 years of age.
I'm not even kidding. Well, the fact that hey, it might not be much, but it's better than whatever full crew brings. It actually really changed.
Wilson is 33 years of age, and he is the impact striker. My club is so finished.
He actually looked really good, to be honest. Besides that,
remember 2 years ago when Newcastle fans were like, maybe he is better than Isak.
All right, we're going really off topic here. But do you remember? You remember when Callum Wilson was actually like okay at football at Newcastle?
Like 3 years ago, they were the times.
Lewis Bowden, who's the Newcastle fan for what's the podcast called? With Tom Garrett and those boys. Pitch side, that's it, yeah. And they do the tier lists, and you had Callum Wilson as like a top 3 striker in the league.
I do remember that. It was good content.
Hey, they know how to pull in an audience.
Shout out Callum Wilson. Yeah, we'll go to the thoughts quickly. So, and you've written, even though Forest looked bad and considered 3, the draw opens up for them. And you got your eye on a few defenders for a cheaper price.
Hey, I'm telling you, just quickly, I'll give you the names of some defenders. So obviously, most of the Forest defenders started this year at like 8 million.
Is one of them? Hang on, before you even tell me, is one of them a beautiful left back Ukrainian? Because Alexander Zinchenko.
Oh, I forgot he went there.
Yeah, because Ange loves to play with inverted fullbacks, right?
Yeah, that's. I was more thinking that's going to play into the hand of Nico Williams, who's now 6 million, and with a 13 break even, who's slowly starting to drop. And also, shout out to last year's DEFCON beast Murillo, who has scored about no more than 2.
I think Fantasy Football Scout posted up a thing about DEFCON, and I commented, DEFCON's a fugazi. Like, it doesn't exist. Like, we've been sold a lie.
Yeah, so Murillo, who's currently 7 million, already lost 1.5 million, and with an 18 break even, if they shit the bed against Arsenal, which you think they would.
I need to hope Ange has just had like a philosophy change, because like there's a reason why Mickey van der Ven was 5 million this year. It's because Ange just killed the defense. But we'll see what happens when he's not just playing for a European.
Inverted fullbacks, though, we will be there.
Yeah, I mean, Zinchenko is one of the best inverted fullbacks in the world. So like, it could be on, but definitely watching those. Jared Bowen is back. Lucas Paquetá was awesome. Scored a pen. If talk about DEFCON, like Paquetá has been great for defensive.
He's been fantastic, just everywhere.
Yeah, no, he's been really good. Mum, can we have Bruno Fernandes? We have Bruno Fernandes at home. It's just Lucas Paquetá. El Hadji really good. No, he's unreal. Callum Wilson came on, added a bit of pace up top. That tells you everything you need to know about Nicholas Fulker. Yeah, that's it. This was not game of the round. This was boring. Liverpool 1, Arsenal 0.
I didn't mind it, but it was a bit dead. But at the same time, I think the free kick goal, which we will probably talk about quite a lot, basically saved this game.
Like, we'll talk about this game, but like big 6 games in general, like City versus Arsenal, or Arsenal versus Chelsea, or Liverpool versus Arsenal, they're always built like, oh, these blockbuster game. It's 0-0 or 1-0 every time. Both teams set up
this little possession paced to try and make the final hero pass that usually never happens for 90 minutes, and then miraculously score for a free kick or a corner.
Yeah. Virgil van Dijk, 13 points. Milos Kerkez, 12 points, both clean sheets. But the talking point, the beautiful Hungarian, Dominik Szoboszlai, 20 points with one of the all-time free kicks. Oh, mate.
Did you see his little aura moment after the game? He's like, that's not even my best free kick. Go look at my one versus Turkey. And then I'm pretty sure in international break last week, he scored another free kick as well.
He's so good.
Brothers on one.
There's 3 free kicks that I like really love looking at. Roberto Carlos, when he just hits it from 1,000 yards out. Ronaldo had one in the Prem, and obviously as a West Ham fan, Dimitri Payet had one where he hits it about 70 meters in the air and it just dips last minute, comes in. Anyone on YouTube, Google Dimitri Payet free kick.
That was a gorgeous one.
Yeah, and that does me. But yeah, Szoboszlai was up there. It was absolutely unreal. Injury and rotation risks. William Saliba off in the 5th minute with an ankle injury, out for about 3 weeks. That was including the international break, so probably only misses a week or 2. If you had him, I would hold.
To be fair, he's another one that actually never mind. I was going to say he's one that we could potentially look at when he comes back in game week 6. But even with scoring a 2, he's still got like a 10 break even, and he probably gets that when So don't worry.
If you have him, definitely hold. The run that Arsenal have from like game week 7 is just generational. Jeremy Frimpong is also available again for selection for Liverpool. So if you did start with him and held onto him, he's back next week. Salah, basically invisible in this game. I feel like we've said this for 3 weeks in a row now. Dominic,
it's at what point do we just ignore the AFCON and just take Salah? Or do we're just going to let him drop to like 8 million?
Oh, if he gets to like 7.5, I'll just find a way to stash him.
You're just going to have to take him. Have to, like, seriously. Anything? I reckon anything less than 8, there's going to be a time where Salah just turns it on.
In saying that, I'm terrified of not owning him this week against Burnley in basically every format. I faded him quite hard. But yeah, Szoboszlai free kick was beautiful. Florian Wirtz really impressed without any major contributions. I feel like we've said this for 3 weeks as well. Like we're going to start seeing.
It was sort of like I said before. This game was the old pass around the back, try and make the hero pass, which never really works out.
It's the Simpsons meme when they're watching South American soccer and the commentators are like exploding with excitement when they just passing the ball around. Very niche reference. If anyone gets it, they get it.
I remember that. Wirtz was always sort of the one that tried to make the little hero pass, and it was sort of working. But good old Hugo Ekitike decided to put his finishing boots away, and
yes, he channeled his inner Darwin Núñez. He did not play well, but not too bad. You've written here Ekitike worries you with Isak coming in. Yes, I don't think he is now like a long-term hold, but I still think he's fine for the next month or so.
Look, obviously you paid 90 million or whatever you paid for the guy, but at the same time, Gakpo has looked better. If we're in all honesty, Gakpo has looked better.
Yeah, and I see this I see this narrative online that people are like, oh, Ekitike can just play on the left. He's played like 1 game in his career on the left. Like I just don't see that happening. So
he can play on the left, but which sort of what I thought was going to happen when Isak comes in. But after seeing what Gakpo's done, I don't think you can take him out.
Mate, the only left that Ekitike is playing is left of a front 2. Like he's not playing in a front 3. Yeah, I mean, we saw Arne Slot experiment with a 4-4-2 in preseason, which then begs the question of like, where's Florian Wirtz? Unless they play him in a 2 with like Gravenberch, which feels a bit weird. But then where's Alexis McAllister? Like, yeah. So look, I think it's Ekitike's minutes up for issue, and this is what you and I said after game week 1. I think he scored 20 points, and everyone went to buy him in, and you and I were like, look, yes, we own him, but we aren't loving the situation. But for me, I think he's got a shelf life for like another month. Could sell him to a Saka, could sell him to a Haaland. Plenty of options to come.
I'll give you absolute flowers. I remember plenty of people even before this game were chatting about buying Ekitike because he was fantastic value. You know, still 6.5 on the bubble, and you said no. We'll wait for Isak, and he eventually come. Ekitike blanked. Well done.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I love being right, it's one of my favorite things to do in the world. I also I hate to be wrong because I hate to be right in this instance because I'd love for Ekitike to be a 6.5 million season keeper.
I was on 164 with one player to play. Guess who that one player was?
Ended up on 165. I was the same. 154, 153 with one to play, and shit it. People on the watch list: Florian Wirtz, Isak, and Szoboszlai. Mate, wow, Villa suck. Villa lose 0-3 against Palace. 1.14 to 2.65 XG. Liverpool's new signing, Mark Guehi, 24 points, 1 goal, 1 clean sheet. Oh, sorry, I'm just hearing something.
No.
Oh, no, they blocked his move. Pieces of shit. Maxime Lacroix, 18 points, 1 assist, 1 clean sheet. TikTok's finest. The streets won't forget.
Caught a vibe.
Wolfsburg's Maxime Lacroix.
Caught a vibe. I've got a mate who supports Palace, and every time we watch a game together, I always just call him Caught a vibe. I've never called him Lacroix ever.
Maxime Lacroix Maxence Lacroix in COVID. The streets won't forget. And Daniel Munoz, 14 points, clean sheet. Injury rotation risk. Adam Wharton came off with an abductor injury and will miss 3 weeks. Gessard came off at halftime for Bundia. Mate, remember him in the championship with Norwich? He was the guy, and now he sucks.
Hang on, I've got ball knowledge to drop for you. Todd Cantwell. Remember him for Norwich? Little
yes.
blondie. Yes. That's a guy.
Another championship stud that sucked in the Premier League. Anthony Knockhart for Brighton.
Oh yes. Yes. But he just goes down as missing that pen for the Watford.
Yeah, and then the Hulk DD. Elite. Ball knowledge. Championship podcast starting soon. Ismail Assar potentially out long term with a hamstring injury. Yeah, pulled from international.
This is weird though.
After the game, he was like, "No, I'm fine. Pulled from
I've seen reports saying 8 weeks. I've seen reports saying maybe a max a week. I've seen reports saying he's available. So
yeah, no.
Take it this what you will.
Yeah, press conferences. At time of recording, this is 11:10 on Thursday night.
Tomorrow.
So we'll have press conferences probably coming like 3-4 in the morning. By that stage, this podcast will be in editing and be out a couple of hours after. So we're going to miss it. But look, if Glasner says 2 to 3 weeks, I'd be selling. If it's anything less than that, I'd be holding.
Yeah.
But worth noting, he has already missed like a week and a half with this injury time. So, yep. Eye test. You're so interested in Daniel Munoz. He's so vital in the build-up play for Palace. Yes, we know that. We both of us said
I don't think you understand my current obsession with Daniel Munoz. Like if I had to pick anyone I want
10 million from though, like
that if I had any money to go, like if I had unlimited budget to go to anyone this week, you know, you've got the Isaks of the world and all these fun.
Of course.
I'm going Daniel Munoz.
He's 11 million.
Yeah, but he's worth it though. But
of course he is. Of course, I'm just saying, like, I don't have a spare 5 million sitting at my house.
Yeah, obviously I can't do it. I would love to do it, but I can't. It's just when we can get him, we get him. I reckon because my God, he's good.
You've put here Villa looked horrible in build up and play still. Watkins with a 0.65 XG, which was nice to see, but couldn't get a goal past in Henderson. And your thoughts? Seriously, I can't look at any Villa assets until they show more attack. They look flat and doing nothing to convince me to take any of them. I tried to be a genius and think the room and buy Ollie Watkins last week because their fixture runs were so good and not great. Look, saving grace. We've had the international break, maybe Unai Emery can conjure up some magic to fix this team, but yeah, Villa do not look good. All right, let's move into. Oh, that was all the games we got through in 40 minutes, which is roughly on time. Let's head into Fraud Watch.
Leave the football before the football leaves you. The football's left them.
Mine we just spoke about. Ollie Watkins. He's on serious Fraud Watch for me. In saying that, it's if I'm putting a guy who's scored 4 points on Fraud Watch, you know I've had a decent week. I would imagine yours might be Liverpool's striker.
You know what? My Fraud Watch is going to everyone in that Liverpool attack this week, especially one 30% owned $15 million player, in EPL SuperCoach. You scored a 1. Shout out you, Mohamed Salah. You are my fraud of the week, even though Ekatike probably should be there.
Honestly, if it wasn't for the late goal in week 1, and then the assist last week, mate. 13.7 million with a 31 break even. Oof.
I reckon I would have. I was very tempted to make Josh Cullen my fraud of the week, but the own goal was not his fault.
Hang on. You bigged him up for 2 weeks. He can't do that to your boy.
He's my guy, but you know, if you scored an own goal, getting the boys -1, what are we doing here? Even though it's not his fault.
Of course. Let's move into the SuperCoach talking points for Gameweek 4.
It can't go on like this, can it?
It can.
The weekly highest score, we were close, not close enough. 177 to the King's Temper. So shout out to him. Captain Grealish for 21. Had Senesi, had Enzo Lefebvre, had Lucas Paquet at 22 AE. Mate, one day we'll be there.
It's one of those ones where you just look at the team and just go, okay.
Yeah. Fair play. The trends and talking points.
He benched William Saliba this week. Had William Saliba and benched him.
I can excuse it against Liverpool. You can be like, okay, I can understand it, but still.
Yeah, but would you start Maxima Steve against United instead?
Oh, I mean, we
Max
do love
into Kuiper against Man City.
Mate, we love both these guys. We love our Max.
They're my guys, but I don't know if I'd bench my $8 million player for either of them.
Yes. All right, let's move into to the trends and talking points for game week 4. Cole Palmer, obviously a big admission and a big talking point at the start of game week 3. And obviously didn't play for England, didn't play in game week 3, but there is some positive news. We've seen him back in training, mate.
Yeah, he's back in training. He's still probably 50-50 to whether he plays or not. I think he's more likely to play than not at this stage, but we're just never going to know until press conferences. And I think the saving grace is they have a bit of a later game this week. In saying that, it's like a day later than what they usually play, but he needs it.
If you own him, the biggest advice I can give you is play a 4-man midfield.
Yeah,
because you need the flexibility if he doesn't play to have. So I'm playing a 3-4-3 with Ken Dewsbury Hall on the bench, with hopefully that Palmer doesn't play and then Ken Dewsbury Hall comes in. That's how I've set up. So that's what I would imagine you guys should do as well. Hugo Ekitike dead after the Isak signing. We've sort of discussed this at length a little bit. I think he's fine for another month, but then definitely looking to move on. If there isn't like a 4-4-2 setup happening at Liverpool. Grealish must have. We've spoken on him. We both like him still if you don't have Kieran Dewsbury Hall, but just be prepared that he's probably a trade out in the next month or so, most likely for a Xavi Simons. We haven't even spoke about Rodri.
Yeah, I mean, 2 break even. He's cool, but at the same time, he scored 5 in 15 minutes and then scored 5 in 90 minutes, and he's not really an attacking threat. And I mean,
yeah, but that's 5 with a 3-goal
I feel
deficit.
like most people's midfields are very similar to ours, where they're just stacked and they're just scoring
2 guns
abundance
and
of points,
3 guns and some middies,
and they're just scoring an abundance of points, and you just can't sell any of them at the minute.
Does play United into Arsenal, and then mate. This leads into the next point. This is City's run from 6 onwards. Burnley, Brentford, Everton, Villa, Bournemouth, Liverpool, Newcastle, Leeds, Fulham, Sunderland, Palace, West Ham, Forest, Sunderland until 19. So
Erling Haaland.
Come on down. Yeah, definitely looking at him in game week 6. I've still only going to be making one trade. I won't be breaking a trade this week. So I've only spent the one, and we're now 4 weeks in. So I definitely have a couple up my sleeve to target Haaland.
Lovely.
What to do? Oh, we didn't even talk about this in the City preview. We have Italy's number 1, Gianluigi Donnarumma, coming to Manchester City with Edison leaving to Turkey. He will come straight in as the number 1. No buts or maybes about that. And I feel vindicated. I feel justice for not starting with Trafford.
I feel awesome. I feel awesome with not starting James Trafford and telling people to not start with James Trafford. I feel awesome.
What to do with Trafford and enough?
If you have a Trafford and enough set up,
I'm getting rid of Trafford 100%. Trafford 100%.
And then I saw a couple of these questions in the WhatsApp today. If you have, let's say you have Trafford and then you have enough somewhere else on the pitch, like it's to say you've got some random in the midfield. Where do we go from there?
I mean, Dordo Petrovic is 5.2. We just spoke about Sunderland's run as well. Like, how much is Rovs? Obviously, he had a huge week in game week 1. Rovs is 5.2 as well. So they're probably the only 2 that I'd go to unless I had heaps of cash up my sleeve.
So if you had a playing goalkeeper already, let's just say you had Robert Sanchez or something.
Oh, if you have a playing goalkeeper, 100%.
And you have Trafford, but then you also have enough in your midfield.
I'd get rid of enough elsewhere.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I think you were saying if you had Trafford and enough in your goalkeeper.
No, this is the point I want to bring up. I agree. I would hold Trafford now as enough, and then potentially if Donnarumma not injury, or some rotations due to Europe or something like that, and Trafford comes in, makes you some more money. Why not?
The thing with goalkeepers are like they're not a rotation risk. They're not a minutes issue. They're not going to come on and get you 3 points. Like 3 minutes. Like it's a very rare instance where a keeper might get a red card and that's when they come on, and that's just tough luck. But then you get them for the week after because the keeper to be suspended. It's not like having enough in the midfield where they can get named on the extended bench and pick up like 15 minutes and be an awful AA. So and this is why you and I both have an AA and keeper, because it's just a better place to run an AA. So yeah, it just sucks if you did start with Trafford. And Xavi Simons, yeah, we've gushed over him aplenty. Definitely put him on the watch list. Look, you got bigger balls than me if you jump on him week 1, but I'm definitely keeping a very close eye on him over the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Let's move into the quick mini league update. Our Insight League. We have Euro Wizard Bruno. Nice name. Which is Huss. He's first in the mini league and first overall. Shout out to him. Sorry, I don't know. What's this next point?
In like the mini league, he came 6th.
Oh, right. Oh, sorry. He came 6th in the round. So he's better than you.
This week.
Sorry. I was very confused. I was like, what point are you making here? So yeah, shout out to Huss.
Just quiet. Yeah, go. Yeah, give him a shout out. Shout
out to Huss. He's first in our mini league. He's first in SuperCoach overall, and he came 6th this week with a 159. So
came second in the mini league this week to the bloke who came 2nd overall. So not cool. Whoever that guy is.
Gameweek ranks mean nothing. What's overall ranks are where it's at, as we all know. Let's move into the Gameweek preview, the actual preview for Gameweek 4. We'll talk about the trade trends, the top 10 most bought, top 10 most sold, give our thoughts on all of them, give our thoughts on some captains, and talk about our moves and strategies and wrap up for the week. So let's move into the top 10 most bought, mate. Number 1, Everton and Man City's finest, Jack Grealish, top purchase player this week, 6.49, up against Aston Villa. You like this one?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty hard for me to say no if you want to buy Grealish. Obviously, you've brought up the good argument that you're probably going to sell him in a month's time, and I'm probably going to do the same thing. But at the same time, he just hasn't slowed down. He's looked awesome the first 3 games when he came on against Leeds. Obviously, didn't contribute, something on the score sheet, but just looked awesome. And then Brighton and Wolves back-to-back 2-assist games. It's been awesome. And Villa this week, hard to knock with how bad they look, and at home too for Everton at the new stadium. So, I mean, if you want Grealish this week, I'm not going to tell you no. Simple as that.
Yeah. No, great. I think we spoke about him plenty. Lucas Paquetá, 7.64 million, up against Tottenham.
There's 6, like, realistically, if I told you 4 rounds ago before the season started that Lucas Paquetá is now 7.5 million, are you going to take him? Even with like that's
I think just having the confirmation bias he's on pens is nice, but like with all due respect, people spoke about us as being relegation candidates to a week ago, and now our second most expensive midfielder is the second most popular player. Like it's a no from me, dog. I can get behind João Pedro though. 9.77 million. Chelsea's fixtures look unbelievable. We know that Liam Delap's out now for potentially up to 10 game weeks, so he's a guy that I'm okay jumping on. My tune's slipped.
Yeah, just quickly back on Paquetá. Yeah, he's played 3 seasons in the Prem already. He scored 4 goals in all 3 seasons, and he's already scored 2 this season. So unless he bucks the trend, he's scoring 2 the rest of the next 35 weeks. But yeah, João Pedro, I'm really keen on now with the lap out, and it's just a case of finding the money. Brentford matchups are pretty decent, and going into Man U and Brighton too, very, very good. Another guy, if you got the money and you're not trading out someone that's ridiculous, go ahead.
Next most purchase on this list is Marcos Zanetti, 7 million with a -12 break even for Bournemouth, the most settled in that Bournemouth backline. I would be much keen. I was more keen on Brentford. Not Brentford. I was more keen on Bournemouth to start the season, but obviously put off by that Liverpool game week 1 fixture. But it's not a bad little run. Brighton, Newcastle, Leeds, Fulham, Palace, Forest for the next 6 or 7 weeks. I'm just not sure I'm paying a $2 million premium on Senesi now that we're maybe jumping a little bit at the Tottenham game. Obviously scored 12 points against Wolves with a clean sheet, and there is clean sheet potential at the Vitality against Brighton, and has Newcastle away from home and then Leeds at Elmore Road. But yeah, maybe not. I'm just not sure. Like, I'd have to go look at who people are trading out, but there's no defender that screams that they need to be traded out for me.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it, right, it's 7 million. It's not obviously not like top 5 defender price. Like all the top guys are 10 million, still 9 million, but it's still only 2 million off that. Like realistically, wouldn't you go like a season hold or something? Not a guy who's going to get up to 9 million next week potentially, and you're going to sell him for just Just 2 trades in 2 weeks, pretty much.
If you want a piece of Bournemouth defense, there's another option on this list that's 2 million cheaper that I just prefer to go with. That's going to provide more
He's
attacking.
just, yeah. Oh, I hate it. I hate that you're going to bring him up. And oh my God, here we go.
We'll get to him. Enzo Fernandez, 10.34 million. Yeah, no.
It's just way too expensive for Enzo. I think he's done. Like, obviously, I brought up the stats before where he's got over 1 goal involvements, expected goal involvements the past 2 weeks. But realistically, how much more is that going to hold up with, a healthy Palmer and all these other mouths to feed at Chelsea with a slightly harder run coming along? Yeah. It's just too much money for me to go there for Enzo.
Yeah, we're midway through this good run of fixtures for Chelsea, and Enzo scored very well, thanks to the penalty. And Palmer's going to be back, if not next week, the week after. So, it's a no from me. Not at 10.34. If it was 7.34, maybe, but not at 10s. That's Bruno money. That's a no from me. Rodri at 3.75. Can't turn this one down. Can't say no to it. Obviously, bottom dollar Ballon d'Or winner. We've discussed him at length in the preseason. Missed the first couple of weeks with injury, but back in the fold at City. Great
We
option.
also should probably mention just quickly back on Enzo. He's not going to take pens when Palmer's in there. So
no, that's what I said. With Palmer back this week and potentially next week, like he's off pens.
Yeah, Rodri. Yeah, just. If you pick him, sure, you know what he's going to get. You know what he's going to do for you. I can't say no. He's too cheap for how good he is. Like he was a slam dunk, no brainer pick if he was healthy. Game week 1. So
Keenan Drisby Hall, 5.4 million. I'm not sure what to make of this one. Obviously, you and I started with him when he was 1.5 million cheaper, but I feel like if he didn't get the 21 last week, we have conversations about selling him.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know how to.
To me, tells me it's a reactionary trade-in.
Yeah, I don't know where to sit on this because Grealish is a million more expensive, but you guarantee. I can almost assure you get guaranteed to make that million back by picking Grealish over KDH.
Yes.
So it's a scenario where if you pick in between them, it's Grealish 100%. Picking KDH at this point, like -7, the 21 was good, but at the same time, I was looking to jump off probably to Rodri this week if he didn't do that 21. So
yeah.
And realistically, you're not going to start him against Liverpool next week. It's sort of just it screams a 1-week play.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I don't love that.
Wholeheartedly. Like, I was looking at selling him if he didn't deliver. And so to me, that just feels like we are maybe, making a trade that's a little bit reactionary. So it's a no from me. However, our boy, my boy, everyone's boy.
Not my boy.
I don't know how you got me onto him. You're the one that got me onto him in the I don't know how you didn't jump on. Adrian Truffert, 5.04 million. I was only gone up 1.3 because he had a stinker in week 1, thankfully. But he's been great. I'd much prefer him over Senesi, 2 million cheaper, same team, same fixtures, has more attacking output and potential. So he's a guy that I'd definitely be looking at picking up if I didn't have him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm tempted to go Dorgu to him. Let's just put it simply. I'm happy to take the 1.3 hit at this rate. He just looks. We know what. If you watched the Prem last season, you know what Kirkesh did for Bournemouth last season. Truffett's doing the exact same thing. It's just it screams the exact same sort of style of football as well. Bournemouth just look the exact same, if not better.
Yeah, Iriol's assistant coach and Truffett's just slotted in very, very well.
Truffett's just slotted in perfectly. So I have no doubt that this probably, especially with this run too, it's decent. Like Brighton, Newcastle look shaky. Leeds, they're just mid. Fulham, mid. Like Forest have looked shaky. That's just still a decent run for Bournemouth, and they're a decent team. So I'm not going to talk you out of Truffett, that's for sure.
And by the time you get to City in 10, like he could be 8.5.
Probably 8 million. You're selling him anyway.
Yeah, so definitely keen on picking him up as well. Ninth most player, Trevor Chalobah, 10 million. Same thing as Enzo. Like the run's coming to an end. 10 million for a Chelsea defender is gross. It's a no from me, and I assume it's a no from you.
Yeah, he's got some good underlying stats, but realistically, if you didn't start, I wouldn't jump on at that price.
And the 10th most bought player, Ricardo Calafiori. Sure.
No comment.
We said last week it's a no. This week it's also a no. So, yeah, no. Let's move into the people that we do need to get rid of.
FTV Claude, I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked.
It's time to go!
Cole Palmer, most
Sure.
sold player.
Yeah.
Sure, it's a choice.
Don't sell Palmer. If you
didn't
held
sell him
Bruce
last
last week,
Yeah.
don't sell him.
Yeah,
It's
if
just
he didn't sell last week, keep him this week. He's probably back, and if not,
if he's back for Brentford, I'm locking him in for a goal or assist. Simple.
I
as that.
guarantee you, if he doesn't play this week as well, we'll also be having this conversation next week.
Don't care. I'll lock it in for
Yeah,
every
of
game
course.
for the rest of the season.
Martin Odegaard, 7.4, has lost nearly $1 million. I wasn't really keen on him in the preseason, but
This one I can sort of get behind as
Yeah,
a
I mean,
trade out.
you'll notice Deadly and I are very conservative with warm body trades. So like, yeah, it depends how Eze fits in and where Eze plays, whether he plays the 10 or off the left. So that's something to note. But up against Forest, I'm not selling him.
After just remembering, since the Liverpool game was obviously like 2 weeks ago, after just remembering that Odegaard came off the bench, maybe you don't trade him. Like, obviously, he's probably going to lose more money. He didn't do much against Liverpool. He came on with 20 minutes left, but that was just due to the fact of his shoulder injury.
Yeah.
And look, you've just been stitched up by the injury, to be honest. He came off really early in game week 2 with it and came off the bench last week with it. There is merit to hold, but just the loss of cash is very hard to get over, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I agree, but I'd be holding. Also, I knew this would happen. I knew.
Shout out to absolutely everyone out there who jumped on Tijani Reinders after game week 1, just for him to stink it up the next 2 weeks. You are my favorite people.
No, but I knew this would happen. I knew that like everyone would buy him after reactionary game week 1. People were calling him the KDB replacement. People were saying that he's a top 5 midfielder in the Prem. He's good. He's good. I'm happy that I started with him, but I'm not selling to Jenny Reinders. He said 2 poor weeks and everyone's jumping off. Yeah, I'm not selling.
Yeah, don't sell him. He's fine. And we just spoke about that Man City run that's coming up. You'd want to hold him through that. I'm probably damn near going to buy him during that run.
Yeah, no, I agree. Jeremy Frimpong, still one of the most sold players. We just touched on
this week
in the game notes. Yeah, he's back. So if you're listening and you're looking at selling him, don't. And shout out to Daniel Ballard. People bought him for no price rises.
If you've held him for 2 weeks now, just continue to hold. Just continue to hold.
I have to tell you to not buy him.
Why would you? Don't worry.
Why would you buy him and then?
Why would you jump on early
and then sell before you've matured?
Just hold him if you got him.
Agreed. Miles Lewis-Skelly, another fat L for Deadly.
Yeah. This one's just really, really been bad. Calafiori, I projected to not start. Lewis-Skelly, I projected to start. It's happened the other way around. And Calafiori's been the GOAT, and Lewis-Skelly has done sweet FA. So, I think I'm happy to allow you to trade to a Rodri.
Yeah, no, agreed. Ollie Watkins, I'll take the L. 7.33, he's lost $1 million. I'm not selling. I'm just going to put my head into the sand and he's got Everton next week. He's got Everton this week. Got a couple of great fixtures after that. So yeah, I'm not selling. Just have to cop it. We'll touch on the other two before we touch on number 8. Number 9, Josh Cullen. No,
he's still got a negative break even.
No.
Just hold him.
I'm not playing in this week. Let's play Liverpool. Would bench him, but not selling. And Kyle Walker. Get that bomb out of here.
Just quietly. Josh Cullen scored like an 8 without the own goal.
Yeah,
that's still elite.
Yeah, especially for 7 million and negative break even. So bench him, get the price rise. And if you want to sign next week, then sure. But let's have a chat. Mo Salah, 13.71 million, 8th most sold player. Do people not see the Burnley fixture next to his name? Like,
yeah, I mean, why? If you started with Mohamed Salah, this is, and we're going to branch off into a different sport. This is on the same type of areas as Jamar Chase in the NFL this week. People are selling Jamar Chase in NFL SuperCoach. Why? You know what he's capable of. Like, there is going to be a time, and I can guarantee in the next month, probably this game to be honest, where Salah just hat trick, an assist, comes out with like a 40 or something. Everyone's in the dumps because no one has him, and everyone's captained him against Burnley.
Yep.
Just if you started with him, bite the bullet, keep going.
I agree. The thing is, though, the thing that's crazy, he could score like a double and score 25 points and still lose like 700k. So the break even's monstrous, but it's against Burnley. I feel like with Salah, like you've lost 2 million. Probably just put your head in the sand and yeah, I mean, like he hasn't been bad. Like yeah, look from an eye test, he's been shocking. He's been absolutely shocking in all 3 games. But before that, he was averaging like 12 and a half. Like he had a 15 to 10. Had the one against Arsenal, which, I was probably never planning on him doing well against Arsenal. I think we spoke in Game Week 3 preview and captains, like he wasn't up there for us at all. So, yeah, it's just something I missed. But he will feature very heavily in our captain segment. But yeah, like just put up with the price drop. But you've got one of the better assets in the game if you can get back to what he can do. But yeah, that's the top 10 both bought and sold. Mate, let's talk about captaincy chat because this is really where it's been separating teams.
This was the no-brainer. This was the banker. This was the one that couldn't fail. This was one that's never failed.
Top of the list, 8th most sold player this week, Mohamed Salah. 17.1% of people captaining him against Burnley. He is our top captain pick.
Yeah, there is no doubt in my mind that if you have Salah, you spent your 15 million or whatever on him, captain him this week.
Erling Haaland, 26.3% of teams at home versus Man United in the Manchester derby. I am terrified.
I'm petrified. I am. I'm watching. I'm good chance I don't watch Goal Rush just to not watch that game. There's a very good chance of it.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where you just wake up and pray that you see like a 0-0.
That would hit, or a 1-0 Bruno pen
goal,
would hit like crack.
100%. And Cole Palmer away versus Brentford at 9.5%. I would imagine that number is quite inflated by a lot of dead teams in round 1 because he was the most popular captain in round 1. But if Palmer is taking the field, then it's a very likely chance I'm going to have some kind of armband on him as well. So definitely ones to look at for those. But let's talk about the safety nets, the vice captaincy safety nets. Top of the list, Victor Gyökeres, 1.3% at home versus Forest, now confirmed on Pens. Arsenal's number 9, has looked very, very good now that he's sort of embedded into the team. I thought, obviously beat up on Leeds, which doesn't take much, but I thought he looked good on Pens, has a point to prove, and against Forest side under Ange, could do anything.
Yeah, tough week for vice captains, especially with, the main guys, obviously, Bowen, Palmer, Salah, Haaland, Bruno, and they're all the last 4 games. Last 4 games. So tough week for VCs, especially if your loops like a Tyra for us. Yeah. So it's probably an Arsenal player, and Gyökeres would be my pick of the Arsenal guys as the little Hail Mary if you have him. Or I don't think I can. I don't think it's possible for me to run a VC this week.
No, unless you pray that Maresca says
unless Dorgu doesn't play again.
Or if Palmer's out. If Palmer's out, gives us a bit more flexibility. But yeah, it could be gross. Anton Semenyo for the 3rd week in a row is featured. Love Semenyo, one of my favorite players. 0.4% at home against Brighton.
Yeah, he just looks likely every week, doesn't he? It's just he's so good. And it's sort of just, if you had him, if you started with him, if you bought him, it's just a pod play that's just obviously it's a VC. He could do the 23 like he did Liverpool, or he could do a 3 like he did against Tottenham. It's just, it's one that you're happy to roll the dice on because, it's a good matchup against Brighton at home for sure.
Yeah, no, agreed. And the last one, your boy Daniel Munoz, 0.9% at home versus Sunderland, locking a clean sheet and maybe some.
I'll be shocked if they don't get a clean sheet against Sunderland.
Yeah, no, agreed. Mate, let's move into our moves and strategy this week about what we're doing, what we're thinking about doing. Do we have any captaincy and vice captains for our own team, and bench dilemmas? For me, I only made the one trade this week or this year. I did Saka to Watkins. Started last week, and my team's in a really good spot. Sanchez will play, Kukurea, Truffett, Diouf, Rodon, Hartman. They're all playing. Palmer, Bowen, Bruno, Reinders, Kindresby Hall. They're all locked in. Ekatike, Watkins, Igor Thiago. So they're really where I'm looking at. So no transfers for me, mate. What about yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I've toyed with the idea that I've only really got 2 actual sellable players. Like my whole midfield, Palmer, Bowen, Bruno, Grealish, Dewsbury, can't sell any of them. I'm not selling Kudus after I bought him last week and he still looked okay. Igor Thiago's not getting sold. Juve, Kukurea, Porro, they're not getting sold. So it really just leaves Ekatike and Dorgu. And I've sort of toyed with the idea of what can I do with that. And it's not much, so I'm not trading this week.
Yeah, no, fantastic. Benching dilemmas for me. If Palmer plays, I play.
If Palmer plays, I'm running a 3-5-2 and benching Igor Thiago against Chelsea.
That's my dilemma. So for me, it's if Chelsea, even if Palmer doesn't play, I run a 3-4-3, and then it's just Igor Thiago against Chelsea versus El Hadji Diouf against Tottenham, or I look at if Palmer plays, I run either a 2-5-3 or a 3-5-2, and it really is just focused on Joe Rodon away versus Fulham versus Igor Thiago home against Chelsea.
Yes,
probably.
Actually, if Palmer plays, I'm taking his score and benching Thiago. If Palmer doesn't play, they're on the forward midfield and play Thiago.
Yeah. So I think that's probably my first inkling. Like, yeah, if Palmer's out for me, it's a 3-4-3 with Rodon and Thiago playing, with Diouf and Hartman on the bench. If Palmer plays, then it becomes a battle of a 2-5-3 or a 3-5-2. So, yeah, I'll have a look at the numbers, but I'm probably more in favor of playing an attacker over a defender, especially a non-upside defender like Joe Rodon. If that clean sheet does get wiped, then yeah, we're probably looking at like a 2-pointer. So something to consider, but that's for me. Captaincies and vice captaincies. I'm really stuck on a loop. I don't have any Sunderland players. I have no Palace players. I would probably have to vice captain Truffert against Brighton. It's my only chance to loop because I don't have any Arsenal players or Forest players.
May as well.
That's all I've got. It'd be a vice captain on Truffert and then a captaincy on.
I had this planned in the preseason, by the way, to guaranteed locked in VC Saka, which sweet, he's injured. So thanks. And it's now left me with no one. My VC is now praying that Palmer's not playing, which is on Grealish. If he doesn't play, then I'm not VCing this week, and I'm just running a straight up captain, which will, if Palmer plays, it'll be Palmer. Otherwise, I'm more than likely going to go.
Any love for Bruno? City's defense.
I'm thinking Bowen against Tottenham. After last week, I was pretty grossed out by Tottenham, and I don't know how to feel.
Ekatike?
There's a good chance I just fall back on all of these and just go the safety blanket and take Kukurea and hope he gets a clean sheet against Brentford. For the third week in a row, take a Kukurea captaincy.
Break glass in case of emergency, Kukurea. I mean, Ekatike against Liverpool against Burnley could be a shout. I really like Bruno against Man City, as weird as that is to say. But it probably might just be Palmer by default, especially if he is playing. But yeah, captaincy is gonna be really weird. But it's not gonna matter. It's gonna be a 2-0 Bournemouth win, Trafford assist and clean sheet, and we'll be.
It's gonna happen. Stop speaking shit into existence. It's gonna happen. It's gonna turn into Cole Palmer not playing, Jack Grealish getting four assists, basically breaking all sorts of records in the one game, scoring me a 35 VCR. Beautiful.
All right, let's head into the wrap up and we'll let everyone get on their way. Remember, this week, the deadline is 9:30 tomorrow or 9:30 Saturday if you are listening on Saturday morning. So it's, 9:30 that night. Talk about some hot takes, mate. Mine, Bruno Fernandes, 15-pointer against City.
Oof. Yeah, I like it. I don't know if this is going to be a hot take or not, but it's a cheeky little guy that you might know of. A guy named João Pedro. Score a brace. I hope this doesn't happen, but I think it does happen. Score a brace against Brentford in a 2-0 win.
If he does, our ranks are tanked. So
we're cooked, but I think it's going to happen. He looks on.
Let's pray not. Once again, this has been Talking Tactics Game Week 4 preview. I've been the host of this SC Whisper, joined by my other co-host, SC Deadly. It's very late. I've worked ridiculous hours this week. I'm very tired. Shout out to Steve Jobs. And mate, AFL, are you guys recording anything for finals or?
No, I don't think so. We attempted to, and then computers and internet just died, and
Oh
now
my God. It's a
existing.
sign because we recorded our NRL finals and shit itself. Matrix's internet died. Breno's microphone cut out for 20 minutes. It's just a sign that we shouldn't be doing any other content.
We're finals. We don't, mid, and just one last quick shout out to SuperCoach for NBL.
Oh
what the
man,
fuck?
What are we doing? What are we doing?
What happened
NBL.
to the game I love?
Literally. You'll catch me in the 2K26 park for the next 6 months. So enjoy.
Yep.
We'll be back next week. Game week 5, back to you with better ranks than what we've got now, which will be unbelievable. But I've been the SC Whisperer, joined by SC Deadly. Thank you so much. Have a good night. We'll see you next week.